Between Russia and Elon Musk, German voters face a dual front of disinformation. Last week, Stephen Prochka, a member of parliament for the far-right party Alternative for Germany, took to Facebook and Telegram to share a sensationalist article. The country's Green Party, it claimed, was conspiring with the Ukrainian government to recruit migrants to stage terrorist attacks and blame his party. As intended, the post enraged Mr. Prochka's followers. "People wake up," one of them replied on Facebook. "This is criminal." The article was, in fact, part of a torrent of Russian disinformation that has flooded Europe's biggest economic and diplomatic power ahead of its federal election on February 23. As the vote approaches, Russian influence campaigns have propagated wild claims about sexual, financial, and criminal scandals involving German politicians, playing on social and political tensions that have divided the country, according to researchers who track disinformation and foreign influence operations. The claims have appeared in fake news outlets and in videos that have been altered by artificial intelligence. They have been spread by an army of bot accounts on social media platforms like X, Facebook, Telegram, and in a new development, Bluesky. The goal, according to the researchers and Germany's domestic intelligence agency, is to undermine trust in mainstream parties and media and to bolster Germany's far right, led by the Alternative for Germany, known as AfD. Aiming at the same target is the world's richest man, Elon Musk. His public support of the Alternative for Germany on X, the social media network he owns, has aligned with Russia's strategic objective to destabilize Western democracies and support for Ukraine. "We're now dealing with a dual front," said Sasha Hadlashik, chief executive of the Institute for Strategic Dialogue, a nonprofit research organization that on Thursday released a report about the Russian disinformation campaign on X. "Between Musk's overt and the Kremlin's covert operations," she said, "it is clear from the content that there's mutual reinforcement there." Targeting Germany. Germany's election has become the latest battleground in Russia's influence campaigns. The Kremlin hopes the outcome of the contest, called ahead of schedule after Chancellor Olaf Scholz's center-left coalition collapsed late last year, could erode support in Europe for Ukraine, where Russian invaders are grinding down the country's defenses after 3 years of war. Mr. Musk, for his part, appears to have done little to curtail Russian bots promoting the AfD on his platform. Instead, he has told his 217 million-strong audience on X that the party is the country's last hope. In January, Mr. Musk interviewed the party's leading candidate, Alice Weidel, for 75 minutes on X, the same platform he gave Donald J. Trump during his run for office last August. Addressing the party's conference by video link last month, he said it had the support of the Trump administration. Russia's propagandists had welcomed the convergence and sought to exploit it. Mr. Musk's posts on X have been spread by bot accounts operated by a Russian influence operation known as Doppelganger, according to CMAS, an organization that tracks German online extremism. X did not respond to a question about the Russian activity. A fake news maven. In Germany, Russia is employing tactics as honed in France, Moldova, Georgia, the United States, and other countries that have recently held elections, according to disinformation researchers including from the Institute for Strategic Dialogue, CMAS, and Recorded Future, a threat intelligence company based in Massachusetts. One key player is a former sheriff's deputy from Florida, John Mark Duggan, who received political asylum and eventually citizenship in Moscow. Having previously built a network of more than 160 fake news websites that push Kremlin propaganda in the United States, Britain, and France, he has now turned his attention to Germany. 9 days after the snap election was announced on November 12, Mr. Duggan began registering dozens of fake German news sites, according to a report by NewsGuard, the company that tracks online disinformation, and Corrective, a nonprofit news organization in Germany. By February, the number had grown to 102, some masquerading as national news outlets, others as local media in Berlin, Hamburg, and other cities. On January 30, one of the sites uploaded a video claiming that Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck conspired with Ukraine to steal 50 paintings from a Berlin art gallery. Another claimed Friedrich Merz, the leader of the Christian Democratic Union and the frontrunner to become the next chancellor, was a person of interest in a 20-year-old murder case.